All right, guys, we are live. It is just Colin C. Joe P is gone for the weekend. His brother's graduation in Chicago, and I just ran the Big Seven race, 7 mile race down in downtown Davenport. We had like 50 members run it, the busiest we've ever seen it. It was awesome. What a great race. I smell terrible right now. I'm glad you can't smell me through the camera because there's definitely an issue with me smelling horrible. I just got off the race. We actually are driving to my wife's hometown about 2 hours away right after this, so I only got a few minutes, but there was a massive, in my opinion, massive Voyager update that I do want to get you guys. I am going to check my mouth here just really quick on good. So a pretty big update with Voyager that I want to get to you guys. I have not cleared this with Chase yet, so again, this is coming from a dude who owns a gym who just happens to have a bunch of lawyers around him at all times. So this will not be like the #1 thing we do on this update through Voyager, but I'm going to read it as I understand it and give it to you guys. If you guys would post down in the comments, I'll leave the comment section open for what you guys think of it too, but this is the way I read it just very quickly. It just came out, I think, this morning or last night, because I looked last night and I didn't see it. But as always, guys, you can post anything you want in the comments, and we'll kind of get started and kind of start getting to that now. And you guys can go back and watch through it if you want to see the update as well. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start jumping on over to the desktop here. Let's see if we can get in here properly. Okay, guys, so that's going to be next. Let's get into coin market cap just really quick. Just want to do a quick overview. The crypto market has been looking dang good lately. Dang good. So we are up 1.1 trillion. We've got a lot of things up. I mean, over the last 7 days, Bitcoin up 10%, Ethereum just absolutely killing it. You guys remember, this Ethereum was just at like $940 just a couple weeks ago. That's pretty insane. It's almost going to be 2xing here very soon from where it was just a couple weeks ago. I wish I would have had some cash to be able to buy some more of it, but neither here nor there. Cardano ripping very well. Everything up really between 13 and 20-ish%. That's pretty much what we're looking at. Appreciate the like. If you guys could like the video, get this out for more people so more people especially can see the Voyager update if they want to. But don't have to. We just appreciate you guys being with us. Okay, so we've got just a lot of green days headed our way. I don't know if it's going to stay. I don't know if this is the pump to get us back to somewhat normalcy. I do think we went a little bit lower than expected with all the crashes and all the things happening. That doesn't mean that we're not going to crab market until we hit some other bottom. I do still think there's another bottom out there. I don't think we've missed it right now. We're not going to go back and forth here on the crypto boys like everybody else does, but we're just going to say we don't think it's the bottom yet. It could have been. You should have been DCAing this whole time like we have, but we're still holding some cash back, hoping to hit something much lower, and if we don't, we'll just keep the cash. We'll just keep the cash. So nothing wrong there. Don't ever chase anything, guys. Don't FOMO in. Don't chase anything. Just keep your cash. You don't have to invest everything you have. You shouldn't invest everything you have by any means at all. If the crashes have taught you anything, they've definitely taught us something. Voyager's definitely taught us that. It's okay to save some back and be like, well, we better put a little nest egg back here that's not just all in crypto. Joseph, appreciate you. Same wish I had more cash. Dude, you're telling me, man. But I do have an update if you have any cash in our USD and Voyager coming up. That might be a little bit of bullish things coming around. I love seeing VeChain go up. VeChain, I just think that project's going to rip. And we've been talking a whole lot about Harmony lately. I think they decided a way, and fact check me on this because Joe is the Harmony guy, not me. But I think they decided a way with the whole inflating their token. Please someone let me know if that's true. I wonder if Joe's on here and he can just let me know. But I think they decided a way with their token. They are up 10%, which is good to see. I still think this project's going to rip. I think Steven and the team's going to figure it out. I would like to see some more tenacity. I'd like to see a little bit more of just kind of happiness and inspiration out of the project. I understand they're beat down. They've got a lot of problems they've got to solve. They've got to make up $100 million, but they can do it. And if anybody can do it, they can do it. But that's just what I'm thinking. Joseph, I do have about 4.6K, but it's 2K right now. Dude, my man. Voyager is messing with my money, bro. Feel you 100%, my man. Feel you 100%. Especially when you, and Joseph, the thing for me is, and I don't want to speak for you, speaking for me here, the whole thing about Voyager, what makes me so angry is that they tell you about the USD, put it in there, you're good to go, you got your USD, or maybe even they kind of led you to believe that USDC was even safer than what it was. But now you can't even hit those massive dips we had just the week after. I mean, Voyager shuts down the week after we hit all-time lows, or, relative all-time lows in the Bitcoin, where Ethereum's under $1,000, Bitcoin's well under $20,000 into the 17K range. You got Cardano almost at 39 cents. I mean, these prices, these actions that we have buy orders in and all this stuff that you can't even hit. So I don't know, it sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, a couple of things that I do want to go over, guys. We're going to jump back over to the desktop here real quick. Is I wanted to say something just kind of about what time it is in crypto and where we're at. And this question here, this first question about Luna, is actually going to bring me to my next point, so I'm not going to go over that one right now. But here's the second one. So is now a good time to innovate and bring new coins and market development into crypto and new services, things like that? I agree with this, that yes, it is. It absolutely is, because we're somewhere near the bottom right now. We're somewhere near. So starting it now, having enough capital now to get you through, you're going to understand what you need, because you're not going to fall too much lower. Let's be honest. There's not going to be too much lower of an issue. And who knows, we may have very well have already hit the bottom, which is totally fine. If you just keep DCAing in, good things are going to happen. Here is the thing though, guys, please do not chase projects. If stuff starts running up, this starts happening, that is when you're going to get dumped on. This market is still very volatile. It is very young, and it's only just over $1 trillion asset class. There's no reason we can't go back under $1 trillion, like Joe says. And I love his timeline. He was dead right about this dude was on the money about it being the bear market. When we all didn't think it was, some people did. I understand that. I definitely didn't think it was. It just was too many bad macro events adding up for it to be any more bullish than it was. But he was dead on about telling you when the bear market was going to be, and what to do with it, and when to listen, and waiting to invest your project. So that's something to think about too. But bringing new coins right now and new projects means maybe they'll be able to stabilize and realize, hey, we're getting into crypto right now at like the crappiest, shittiest time ever. We're so beat down from all-time highs. Everything in the space is going bad. Everything in the macro sense and the macroeconomics is going bad. War, all this stuff. If we can make it now, just wait till the bull run. So I agree. I agree that this is a good time to go with it. I love that people are ready to roll, and the crypto space is coming up. We're holding everything. We haven't sold anything. Like Joe told you before when he was on his last live, we don't plan on selling anything. And if we do plan on selling something, we will literally tell you before we even sell it. It doesn't matter to us at all. We're here to help you guys, here to do whatever we can to make your crypto journey as good as ours has been, and just learn from it, because obviously we have made plenty of mistakes in the last year and a half for me and year for Joe. All right, guys. So another thing I want to talk about is Luna. We haven't talked about Luna a lot, but I have some questions about it. So Luna, as you guys would know, pretty much crashed the market. I mean, took it way down. But here's what people aren't thinking about, is that they were the first domino of creating this unbelievable, rash of events after it happened, of this domino falls, which is Three Arrows Capital, which is in Celsius because they're tied up into Luna, and then all of these people losing their money, so they have no more money to invest. So I think here's my point. I think the Luna crash, we have not seen yet. We have not seen how big of a deal that truly was. And I'm not saying that we don't know, as in like, hey, I know, dude, I lost all my freaking money. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying in 10 years from now. In 10 years from now, we're going to know, like, oh my gosh, we just went through one of, if not the craziest event in crypto's history, and we freaking made it. I mean, I'm not kidding you. In 10 years, you're going to look back and say, I remember where I was during that Luna crash that crashed the whole market. I mean, Luna, they had a lot of Three Arrows Capital was into Luna. That's why they went out, and that's why they started, Voyager gets knocked out. All these other people get knocked out who have their hand in the Three Arrows Capital pot. So it's just crazy to me to think that we don't really know what's happening with Luna and what is the cause and effect of what has happened and transcribed throughout the last couple months. But I just think it's something worth noting to me and to give to all of you guys. That's like, hey, I mean, this is crazy. Like the place we're in right now, maybe Bitcoin was never supposed to be this low. Maybe you're never, ever going to be able to get it at $20,000 again. I mean, I think you will, but maybe you won't. I mean, after this bull run, after this bear market, who knows? And then you've got, the Ethereum merge coming up, which everybody's saying that's the best thing since sliced bread. That is the biggest thing to happen in the crypto space. I'm not so sure about that because I would argue with some of those points, but I do understand where people are coming from when they say it is. Joseph says, I'm so ready for your Voyager update, bro. I got you, buddy. I'm coming with it right now, my man. I got to get out of here anyway. So, Voyager update. Okay, so here's the court docs, guys. If you guys want to go through the court docket, again, you are more than welcome to. I want to say this loud and clear. Chase is super busy today. He didn't have time to come in, so I didn't have time to even talk to him or share this with him. He would know more about this than I would, so I want to make sure that you guys all know I have not cleared this with Chase. Once I clear it with Chase, I'll come back on, maybe shoot another video tomorrow to make sure that I said everything correctly. So go through and read this yourself. Okay, guys, here we go. So notice of filing of supplement to debtors, which is Voyager. The debtors are Voyager. Motion for entry of an basically to honor the withdrawals from the MC FBO accounts, which is pretty good, saying that they're already telling the courts, hey, we need to get this money out of the FBO accounts and get them to the people. But here's the thing, to liquidate cryptocurrencies from customer accounts with negative balance. So here's what happened, and I could be somewhat wrong about this, but my take on this was that basically people were taking money out of their account, ACH, and they didn't have enough in there, or they weren't properly doing it, and then they tried to do a chargeback and get it back. Well, this all happened in the same timeline when Voyager stopped withdrawals and transfers. So now what had happened is that they have negative balances, and they want Voyager to basically pay for it because they're trying to go back and get their money. But Voyager's like, hey, we don't have your money. You're the one that tried to take it out at the wrong time. So now we've got to figure out who owes us, who owes them. And I think it's to the tune of like $2 million. Like it's a solid, or $3 million. It's a solid amount. Let's see here. So you guys can go down here and read the supplement to the relief. I mean, all this stuff is, again, I just saw it today. Chase hasn't had time to go over it, so I'd feel more comfortable with him if he was here, but I did want to at least give you guys this information as quickly as possible. But what we're looking at here is that basically the FBO account had some mix-ups of whose ACH went through, and then people were trying to do a chargeback and get their money back when they realized Voyager was going downhill and being insolvent. So then they tried to get, but their money was already gone and they didn't have enough in an account. So they were trying to figure everything out, and that is part of the mixture. But now what they're saying is that there is a correct amount in the FBO account for the people who already had it in USD and didn't transfer it and try to do some late motion stuff and figure out where your cash is floating out in some blockchain. Because basically what happens is you're taking your cash, your USD, and it's supposed to basically just your USD dollars just deposited by Voyager into this FBO account. So it doesn't really do anything on the Voyager platform. It just gets pushed to the Metropolitan Bank. And so what happens is hopefully there's enough there where they don't take it and have to spend it otherwise. But what they're saying to the court is, hey, we have about $3 million that are out in the middle of chargeback land, and we need to liquidate these people's crypto so we can now get enough cash to pay everybody back and make sure that the FBO account is equal to exactly what everybody else has. Because you guys remember, there's $3 million-ish in space right now not doing shit. And we don't know exactly what's going to happen with that because Voyager's got to figure that out. So it's not exactly just an easy transaction for Voyager. Joseph says, so Voyager crypto holders still in purgatory? Yes. As of right now, there is no update, at least from what I've read, for the crypto holders. So the crypto holders, in my opinion, Joseph, we're not going to know, and we'll jump back over here real quick. We're not going to know a huge crypto update until we see on August 26th, I think it was, is the last day you can you can submit a bid to buy Voyager or to do something like that. Until that happens and we figure out how much money we can get back, or Voyager, whomever, can get back from Three Arrows Capital, if any, it's not looking great. The crypto thing, you're not going to know any answers on that. I mean, you can speculate, and maybe we'll get some things like this that they file through the court so we can know more, and you can obviously be updated this way. But for your actual cryptocurrency, we're not going to 100% know until these things happen. So, you know, and they're still asking to stake your crypto, so maybe you'll even get that back, but who knows until that happens. So that your actual crypto on the platform, we still don't know, because we don't know what they're going to get back from Three Arrows Capital. We don't know if somebody like Sam Bankman-Fried and they're gonna, you know, maybe have some sort of back and forth with him and FTX to maybe get some of that Three Arrows Capital debt paid off, to where we can get more people's crypto back, so you don't have to take as big as a haircut. Who knows? Maybe someone comes in and says, hey, I want all your IP. I want everything you've got, Voyager. Obviously, your platform's legit. We all know that. Their platform is great. It's the easiest to use. In my opinion, the best to use as far as just usability, transferring your USD in, and then being able to just buy your crypto with US dollars is a lot easier for people than having to buy a stable coin and then go out and purchase it via stable coin. It's just easy use case. So the IP, and they buy all that, and then they say, well, if you're going to buy all this and all the work we've already done, then you're going to need to take some of that debt. So who knows? The negotiations, there's a million things and a million good things that could happen that we're going to get more of our crypto back. Are we going to get it all back? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt we're going to get it all back. But who knows? I don't know, but I do know that this is pretty bullish, I think, for USD at least. Hopefully they figure out exactly what's going on with the 3 million and where it's at. Never Quit says, I'm not buying anything until November. That ain't a bad idea, because I ain't buying anything till November either. You know why? Because I don't have any money. All my money is in Voyager. All my USD's in Voyager. It's looking like, though, we might be able to get this back a little sooner than we originally thought. So we'll see, as long as we can use it, because even I asked Chase, and obviously he doesn't know for sure, but he said when they unlock your money and give it back to your USD anyways, and eventually your crypto, they're not going to be able to force you to keep it on the platform. So what's going to happen then if people do take it out? It shouldn't really matter, though, for Voyager, because if that transfer of USD, your dollars, are just going into the FBO account, it's not on their platform anyways. So they're not making anything by you really holding it on there anyways, because it's being held in the Metropolitan Bank. And again, there was tons of questions about FDIC insured guys. The bank, Metropolitan Bank of New York, would have to fail for FDIC insurance to really matter at all. So it doesn't matter at all for us, because I haven't heard anything about them going out of business or having any problems. It's just all of our money, the big lump sum, is sitting in a big pile basically in the FBO account in the Metropolitan Bank. And now we've got to go through the court, and they've got to go through all these people who tried to take out their ACH accounts when it was already deposited, or they had to do a chargeback to figure out where that money is floating in space, to figure out how much money is actually in the account versus how much money is just at random spots, and you know, someone tried to get it back or something like that. So that is kind of the hoop they're jumping through right now, but it is a pretty dang big update, knowing that they're going through with this, trying to get people back their money in some way, shape, or form. And remember, Voyager's not really in charge of this anymore. This is passed off to the receivership. They're pretty much doing everything here. So Voyager, besides coming up with these ideas and eventually going to try to start running the company again, not much. But here it is. So as of July 28th, 2002, the debtors owe $2,800,000 to the applicable FCO account, because ACH chargebacks by us, the customers, were doing that. So basically, Voyager would put up your cash like they did. Like if you deposited $5,000, you'd be able to spend $5,000 right away, even though it technically wasn't out of your account yet. People did that on that day and then tried to take it back out. So now Voyager's in the hole by $3 million because people put it in, Voyager put up the money, Voyager cut transactions withdrawals, and then they took it back out. So how do they get that back? Is because they probably have some of their crypto on the space. So Voyager's like, well, let us sell their crypto and let us get back what we can from them, and then we can get everybody paid out who actually legitimately left their USD on there. That is the way I'm taking it. That is the way I'm taking it. Joe's in the chat. Appreciate you, Joe. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's the way I read it very quickly, and that's the way I'm taking it. Again, about, you can see right here, guys, at the top line, about $3 million is missing from the FBO account, only because ACH chargebacks were initiated by the customers. So the debtors believe some or all of the ACH chargeback were charged by customers improperly reversing authorized ACH. So they're saying, yes, that, hey, yeah, take my money, it's fine, because you just deposited the USD as normal on Voyager, and then this news came out and they're like, oh, hell no. Hell no, I'm taking my money back out. So then they took it back out, but Voyager already put up the money. Voyager already put up the cash. So now they're missing $2,800,000 out of the FBO account, because this money's floating into space. But they have those people's crypto locked on their platform. So they're saying, I want to be able to sell these people's crypto because they screwed us on getting USD. Now, is that them screwing you, or is that them just making a good decision? I don't know. I don't know what I don't. That's way above my pay grade. That's something I'm going to have to ask Chase, and he'd probably have to dig for a while to figure that out. But that is basically where we're sitting right now. Is we don't know, I don't have any clue which way this is going to go or carry. But that is essentially what Voyager is looking for. And there are 10 things on here. So you can read through all of them. I'm just trying to pick out the ones that I saw that I think meant most to you guys and meant most to us, and I thought would help you guys the most. So the debtors should be authorized to honor their obligations under the MC agreements to reconcile amounts in the FBO account to the extent of any deficiency. So that's all they're trying to say here. Again, like Chase said, there are so many codes and motions and issues that go along with that. I'm not the guy to just go through all of that, but this is something you should read if you have time. If you don't have time, that's fine. I'm going to have Chase read this, and then Chase can come explain this to us, and then that way you guys will know, and then we'll know simultaneously, because he'll obviously have a much better idea. But that is what I'm reading. I will put this document down below so you guys can at least see it, and you guys can read it if you want to. If you don't want to, because like me, you don't know what the hell is going on with all this legalized jargon, then just wait for Chase. Chase is busy all weekend, got a bunch of stuff with our family outing and all that stuff, but he will come back on next week. He will get everybody's questions answered that he can. He can't answer everybody's questions because he doesn't know all the answers. So there was several answers on there that we'll go over next time he comes in that hopefully will help you guys and give you some peace of mind. I know it gives me a lot of peace of mind to be able to, hey, call up the brother, be like, hey man, what's going on? I just saw this, and yeah, it definitely helps me. So anyways, guys, that is the Voyager update I have. That's the market update I have. If you guys would be so kind to hit the like button and get this video out to everybody else, let them see it. It really does, I think, go a long way for people in the community, and that's all we're trying to do here at the Crypto Boys. It would help us out. Enjoy your guys' Saturday. Go have some fun. Go play something with your kids. Go drink some beers outside. Maybe go run 7 miles really, really fast. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got today. If you have questions or comments for us, just throw them down in the comments below. You know, Joe and I are pretty good at getting back to everybody we possibly can. Sometimes if we just don't know the answer, we'll like it or acknowledge that you said it, but we won't be able to always answer it. So understand that that's a possibility too. All right, guys, we do appreciate you guys. You guys have an amazing Saturday. You guys are awesome for being with us on this Saturday. And as always, we appreciate you rocking with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube. And I'm out.